This video contains content that may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Dutch scientists have begun a mass autopsy after the sudden death of an estimated 20,000 guillemots off the Dutch coast, hundreds of which washed up on the country's beaches.
The reason they died, I think, is starvation. But the reason for the starvation we don't know yet. That's why we do this research, to see why are all these birds so emaciated, empty stomachs, tiny livers, no fat, no muscles, and we need to know why did this happen.
High winds and stormy conditions could also have affected the birds' feeding patterns, but marine pollution is another possible culprit.
One explanation is that there was a cargo ship that lost a lot of cargo and maybe something poisonous is in there. We don't know. We have to look inside the birds if there's anything in there that poisoned them or that they swallowed and sort of made their stomach no longer work. It could be a disease. That's another possibility. We're looking into that as well. So we take swabs to look for viruses and bacteria.
It always worries you when there are so many dead birds within a couple of weeks. But on the other hand, there are 1.3 million of these birds. So if 5% of them die, you have a lot of dead birds.
An answer to the mystery could take a matter of days or even weeks.
Now, this happened 1 year ago. And you heard the man, his last explanation said that it could be some type of virus. And I've been noticing for the past year or so, birds have been dropping dead out of the sky. And there is no explanation as to what is happening. There are several explanations they try to give, but they haven't come together and say this is definitely what happened. The same thing with this coronavirus. They cannot definitely say exactly what is happening. Where did it come from? And how is it being spread the way it is? Now, with these birds dropping dead out of the sky, something is wrong. One explanation I hear a lot of people try to give is about this 5G. Well, that could be it, but it will be happening more often. I see birds resting on those towers. But as a child, I've always watched birds. And I've been noticing that I've been seeing coastal birds lately in the city. And I find that kind of strange. And I have noticed this year that the robins came in early, like in January. You usually don't see them until late February. It may be that these migrating birds are, carrying some type of disease back and forth. Or it could be there's a person that is carrying these diseases back and forth. Because if you have people like these suicide bombers, I'm quite sure that they will have a person that will try to go around the world spraying these damn diseases. I really believe that something is wrong with the atmosphere and the air. Some days there's some white dust on my car. Some days it's yellow. Some days it's green. I look up in the sky. Some days I see white clouds. I see gray clouds. I even seen a little black cloud. I was wondering, what the hell is that? Man's quest for knowledge is kind of messing things up. It really is. And, with this SpaceX project and these people going around in space, you never know what that may cause. Because what goes up must come down. So whatever type of fuel they're using to go up in the air and whatever it is releasing in the atmosphere, eventually will come back down. But like I said, most times you have people that like to smuggle these animals across the border. And sometimes these animals are not indigenous to that area. They have different type of bugs. They have different type of diseases that will harm the other animals and maybe humans here. Now, I never heard about this until now, but this happened just 1 month ago.
Officials at Washington Dulles International Airport seize a package containing several dead birds inside a passenger's luggage. Officials say the passenger was coming from Beijing, China, and was heading to an address in Prince George's County. The package was seized and incinerated. Officials say the birds are not allowed to be imported because of the threat of spreading bird flu. Customs officials did not say if that passenger will face any charges.
Now, again, I'm asking, how is this coronavirus being spread? Because there are reports that some people that have contracted the coronavirus have not been overseas and have not had contact with people that has been overseas. So how are they contracting the coronavirus? You know, maybe whatever is killing these birds, making them fall out of the sky, is now affecting humans. You know what's so crazy about this thing? It's like they really can't, because they don't have a cure for it. And they're telling people to self-isolate. If you're kind of sick, stay at home, wait till you get bad. And then people are really, they're healing by themselves. So I really just, it's kind of hard for me to follow this this damn coronavirus deal. Because they're making it seem real, real bad, but then you have people that are recovering. But in spite of all that, they have all these damn bans and these curfews. I'm just really not, I'm having a hard time understanding this because you are not explaining why. Do you suspect that somebody has a corona? I mean, again, how is it spread? I mean, you're not explaining it. You have people running around panicking and not trusting anyone, but you haven't explained how it is spread, who we should look out for, whatever it is. You're just not giving us a good explanation. I mean, you just got all kind of people scared to death, walk around here with damn masks on, all this silly shit, running up to these damn stations where they are giving these tests for the coronavirus. Because, hey man, people are panicking. And we got to place some blame on this crisis that is happening here in the United States of America. Who allowed these infected people to come into America? Who allowed them to get off these planes, boats, trains, however they got in? How did they get in? Why wasn't they made to stay in China? Or at least had them immediately check into some type of facility where they could have been quarantined before they came back into the States. And now because of your bumbling mistakes, you want the rest of America to stay inside. And that's the whole thing about it is, why do we have to stay in the house? I'm not understanding that at all. If a person has a damn coronavirus and goes into some store or whatever, because they said now you can only come in 10 at a time. If that person goes in with that coronavirus, there's no way they can disinfect that place to get rid of the germ that's in there. So I'm just not understanding these tactics that are being used. It's like, hey man, you just reaching for straws. You know, yesterday when I was driving, I noticed how the clouds looked kind of eerie. And I thought to myself, I said, man, suppose that damn coronavirus is in some type of storm that's going around the world. Because I'm wondering, what was the weather like when this coronavirus broke out in China? And when it broke out in Italy? What was the weather like there? Is this thing coming through on some type of storm? Why else would they want everyone to stay in the house. And for what, 30 days? Maybe in 30 days, everyone that has had this damn coronavirus will be dead. I know this one thing. It sure would be nice to have somebody to lock up with for these 30 days. You know, I think that people probably should learn how to grow their foods hydroponically because they mess around so much in the air that it's contaminated, so that if you did try to grow your own food outside, when the rain hits it, it's going to contaminate it, so it's still going to be no good. So maybe people should invest in, learn how to grow their foods inside. Because I'm going to tell you, man, I have lost a lot of weight because I do not trust the foods. Sometimes I have to, because I have to survive, I have to eat. And when I eat that stuff, man, it's like, Lord, there got to be something better. Foods just don't taste the way it did back like it did in the 60s and 70s. But like I was saying, though, when you notice that the animals are falling dead, something bad is happening. And if it's happening, if it will happen to them, pretty soon it will happen to us. I noticed, like, before there was a bad storm, all the animals get off the streets. You don't hear no dogs, no bird, nothing. It's quiet outside. That means that you better seek shelter. And when they start falling out the sky, dead, diving into the ground, that means you better start praying. It's just sad that you can never believe the government and the media because they're always telling us some damn bullshit. So you always got to come up with your own theories as to what is going on. Here in Houston, they said that they will not shut the city down. And I said, I'm kind of like, hey, I'm 50-50 on this coronavirus thing. I don't know if it's real. Then again, it might be real. And it's kind of like in those movies when you have these mayors that don't want to shut the city down because he don't want the city to lose any money. We already lost a lot of money because they shut down the rodeo. And there's no sports events going down, so the Toyota Center is shut down. So Houston is kind of hurting for money right now. And to shut it down completely, man, will mess this city up economically. But to leave the city open and to let people get infected by this coronavirus, man, it's going to be hell to pay. But the thing of it is, man, is that what are the plans after this is over? Because these job situations and all, some people might not have a job after this deal is over with. As I say, what are your plans? You're not going to work, some people. How are you replacing the money that you are spending? We have to have some type of plan as to how we are going to move forward. And I'm speaking to black people, especially right now. Because we are always left out on everything. And I'm quite sure when they give this damn stimulus money out, everybody's not going to get the same amount. Which I can understand that. If I've been making $2,000 or $3,000 a week, and some guy making $1,000 a damn month, why should we get the same amount? Unless, he getting as much as I'm getting, I don't give a damn about that. But I shouldn't get a small amount just because you paying everybody. So I'm just seeing it's going to be some mess when it comes to this stimulus deal. And when they talk about this social distancing, hey, I'm kind of with it because some people just nasty any damn way. And I don't have no problem with social distancing, you know what I'm saying? Because, shit, I really didn't want to be around them in the first place. Man, this shit's so stupid. that they're saying that, don't shake hands no more. You can't even bump elbows because that still can absorb into the skin. What they're doing now is tapping foots. What kind of stupid, man? Hey, people have lost their damn minds, as I'm saying. Around the world lately, they have been finding these sunken cities. There's a reason why the city sank. There's a reason why you see mountains and why they are constructed the way they are. Man has destroyed what he has built several times on this planet. And, history repeats itself. And sooner before or later, some things going to get destroyed again. In certain parts of this world, China, Iran, United States, Britain, Australia, some of these people have these super weapons. And they ain't sitting up there for nothing. And sooner or later, they're going to use those weapons. And when they use those weapons, destruction is coming. You're going to see some new mountains being made from these super weapons. If man would just learn to leave well enough alone, everything will be all right. It's like when they find something that has disease on it, what they do? They bury it. And thousands of years later, man come right along and dig it right back up and spread the damn disease again. Quit going around digging up shit, and we won't have these problems when it comes to diseases that we are having today. It's a reason why those people buried it. But because of your curiosity, you want to dig it up, see where it is, see if I can find something valuable. China want to blame America and say that America released it there. Well, how is that? Because I heard when people come to China, man, they watch you like a hawk. So when did they do it? You didn't arrest them? Like you arrest the other Americans that come there, and did you suspect them of being spies or whatever? I don't believe that. And then not only that, you had one of your own scientists warned you about it way back in December. You had plenty of time to rectify the situation. But what did you do? You downplayed it and just let it get out of hand. If I was America, I wouldn't pay y'all one damn dime. Hey, matter of fact, you owe us, man, for all the trouble you done caused. And if America does that, I believe that's when the little war gonna start. Because them Chinese, they want their money. And I think that they should ban all these damn cruise ships until they can improve the ventilation on these damn cruise ships. Because that's the big complaint about them, is the ventilation. So you mean to tell me no one has come up with a better design for these damn cruise ships where they can add some damn ventilation in the system? And I'm upset with America too. Because when America heard about the damn coronavirus way back in December, everybody coming back out of China, they should have been quarantined, and there should have been no more flights allowed into China. And when I heard about it in Italy, the same damn thing. Everybody's in Italy, but you gotta stay there, you guys gonna be quarantined. Nobody going to Italy. That's how you stop these damn viruses. You don't let people come back in and then try to stop it. Ooh, man. I'm not an expert, so don't say this, hey man, it's a fact. This is my theory. I believe that you have someone in China, or some persons, that have went around the world with this virus, spreading it around the world. Somebody dropped the ball when they let these people into the country. Maybe they got paid to turn their back to let them in. Whatever the case is, they let the wrong person in, and now people are suffering from it. Well, that's my theory. Here's one more theory, is that these birds are infected, because birds are everywhere. You have these nursing homes, they have places where the old people sit outside. You have birds out there. Italy, there are birds. Asia, everywhere there are birds, even out in the sea, there are birds. Maybe someone injected, these birds and infected all the rest of the birds, and it has to be that. Because I just don't believe no one damn person that left China from eating some damn bat soup has infected the world with the coronavirus. When I read history books about those ancient plagues, they burned the damn town down, burned everything down. And when they talking about cremating these bodies and stuff, hey man, this is not a damn virus. This is a plague. And people better try to pay attention to that and don't just play it off. Be safe out there and don't be sorry. It's going to be a long 2 or 3 months. So make sure that you don't eat all your rations up in one day. If they are giving you free utilities while this crisis is going on, make sure that you conserve your energy and don't overuse, because they are going to make you pay it back. And if you don't, you may just end up homeless.